Hey guys, today is June the 11th. It's Saturday, and I am 1 week post-op for, they don't call it stage 2, but everybody's been saying stage 1, stage 2, but it's for the erection rod device and testicular implants. It's my last surgery, hopefully, if everything goes well. It's not as intense a surgery as the phalloplasty, of course, but the post-op care is actually a little bit more downtime than what the fallow was. Everything went well. It took about 2 hours. Dr. Chang in San Francisco performed it at the Brownstein Crane doctor's office. Well, I did it at the hospital, but that's where he's out of. And he did my fallow under the guidance of Dr. Crane last August in 2015. And everything's good. I had the radial forearm free flap with urethra lengthening. I didn't have any urethra issues. Some of the post-op care tells you on this surgery that it may be hard for you to void, and that if it continues, to contact the doctor. Well, I peed before I went out of the hospital, and I peed like a horse. And my mom and sister was with me, and they even commented, "Dang, you were full of it." Well, you know, that's all I got to do was have IVs for since that morning. But came out of anesthesia fine. I did not accept the prescription drug because I know my body and I know my pain tolerance level, and I felt Tylenol would be good enough, and it was. I didn't have any real pain that night post-op, and the next day we were able to leave and drive back home, which was 5.5 hours. That evening and Sunday was the most painful. However, Tylenol took care of the pain. I told Dr. Chan that the pain I felt Sunday, he did the incision up in the pelvic area, and it's right near the hysterectomy surgery I had, scar that I had from 1991, and it actually felt like the hysterectomy scar. It brought back that memory. The pain I had, the discomfort, actually felt like menstrual cramps. Yeah. And I told him it triggered all those memories from years ago. He said, "Interesting. Not too many guys has experienced menstrual cramps." But that was the kind of pain I had. Now, in the post-op on Thursday, he, of course, checked everything. And as he was manipulating the rod, it was very tender. He asked me if I had heard a pop, and I said no. But you have to elevate the penis. So you have to bend the rod, and it bends in joints. So I would hold my penis and bend the tip of it so I could bend it over and lay it to the side so I can hold it up in my underwear. And I said, "Just feeling the joints move." And he goes, "No." I said, "Why? Is it loose?" And he says, "It kind of feels loose, and sometimes they'll pop out of position." And I thought to myself, "Oh crap." And he goes, "Maybe it's just the skin." I said, "Okay." I said, he goes, we're not going to worry about it, because even if it popped out of position, I can't do anything about it until you're totally healed, and that's in 8 weeks. And I just thought, oh gosh. But it kind of worried me, I don't recollect any kind of popping, any kind of pain. That I think it might be just the skin, because the swelling had gone down Thursday, and so the skin was able to move a little bit more. So I'm going to think positive that it was just skin, because I've kind of felt around and everything feels solid. He told me what he does is he doesn't use the metal clips to the pelvic bone. He takes 4 like industrial strength sutures that are non biodegradable. They don't you're gonna know the word. I just went blank. Anyway, they're there, and he takes like a industrial fish hook is what it looked like to me, as he scooped it through the soft tissue in the pelvic bone and came out, and he said we mount it really good. He says, but there is times where it will pop out of position. He said they had to use the longest rod on me. Now, he was very impressed with that, and I thought, oh wow. But then I got to thinking, well, maybe it's just because I had some fat. Maybe, I don't know. But let me finish up what the post-op was. So it ended up him saying, as usual, you're healing really well. I had no issues with the T implants. I told him on the pre-op that we talked about size. I said, look, I'm only concerned about my body being able to handle what's good for my body. They don't have to be large, extra large. I'm not that kind of guy. So I don't want them falling out, through my skin. I don't want them pushing up in the pelvic area. I want them to set in there where they've got room and they're the right size. He said, okay. I said, I trust you to make that judgment. I did have 2 little pockets where the scrotum scar had collapsed. He said that's not a normal occurrence. I had it on both sides, and he said he tries to fix that. The way my scrotum looks now, he did pull those pockets out, but they still kind of look like pockets in a way. I'll wait until the full healing. But for me, being an older guy, being married, I'm fine with it. Honestly, I don't want to put my body through any more surgeries just to look perfect for me. But the phallus, now let me tell you, when I came out of surgery, was waking up and I got to see myself for the first time. For the first time since I've had phalloplasty, I felt very manly. The firmness, the erection feeling, it fulfilled what I felt I should always have. Prior to that, I was fine with my penis. The thing is with phalloplasty is, if you don't have any kind of erection rod in it, whether it be the pump or the semi-rigid, and that's what I had, was a semi-rigid, it's just skin. Yeah, there's some volume to it, but it's mushy. And although cis males are mushy until they get turned on, but get some heat to that, I was never going to get to see that. So, as I said in my previous video, I believe that the semi-rigid rod was important for me for a couple reasons. 1, for girth and firmness. 2, I felt where they mounted it would keep it from dropping any if with weight loss or whatever. So that's kind of been confirmed to what will happen. He did do a little lift on me through the incision because I had dropped, and everything sits in front of my legs. I'm not between my legs. Everything looks good. It's got the healing colors of, at first, it's kind of a purplish blue in some areas on my sac, but that's just normal. My penis looks like, actually he told me that my glandplasty turned out awesome, that I've got more ridge than a lot of guys end up with, and so I was very pleased with that. And then after surgery, you could feel the ridge really pronounced. So that was cool. The swelling's gone down some, but it's nothing like it was prior to surgery. So I'm very happy with the results. I'm very pleased. I just feel okay. I've got to take it easy. Let me talk to you about the post-op downtime. For the first 4 weeks, you cannot walk on long walks. Maybe a 10-minute walk 10 times a day, but that's it. You have to keep the phallus up so that the weight does not pull on the joint, the mounting, the sutures. There's 4 big ones. And you can drive. You can go upstairs, but they said to listen to your body. And basically what he told me was, because I asked him about mowing yards with a self-propelled lawnmower, and he said, yeah, but you got to be real careful because people start feeling better and they get more active, and that tissue takes a good 8 weeks to heal, and the scar tissue to adhere to that positioning and hold it there where it won't move or pop out. So no matter how good you feel, you've got to stay down. And that's going to be the hardest thing for me. But, sorry, my batteries went out. What's going to do it for me is that initial scare of him saying that it felt like it popped out of position. I feel great. I'm a week out. I have no pain. The incision on the right side gives me a little pain when I sleep at night. It's because I'm sleeping on that side. And that's because I have a fold there because I have weight in my stomach. I just feel good. I mean, my body's healing really well. They use that super glue kind of like they did on this incision here. I don't know if you can see it. And it's peeling. A lot of it's peeling off already, except for on the incision. But the sac, it looks good. Good blood flow. Everything's warm. I did get out of the shower today, and it looks like I might have a yeast infection, and that could be caused. I got it last year too, but I sweat so much, and so I'm waiting to hear from him on that. Other than that, guys, you just really, really prepare yourself to take it easy. You cannot go to the gym. You cannot be jogging. You cannot do long walking. You cannot be lifting things at home and doing things at home for 8 weeks. It's so important. These surgeries are so intensive, and we work ourselves up for them. And I just really stress that you guys listen to the post-op. He even told me in 8 weeks have sex. He goes, but the first couple times take it real easy. His guys have been messing with it and they've popped it out of place. He goes, I can't tell you and stress to you how important it is. So I'm stressing to you guys right now. I'm an active person. I'm disabled. I'm in a recliner 50% of my day. But that other 50%, I want to get my mind going, get my body going. So now I'm going to be down probably 80% of my day. And it's going to be really hard. But I'm going to always remember when he thought it popped out of position. So everything went well. And personally, how I feel, it was the right decision for me. I don't feel like I have this big boner in my pants. I know the swelling's going to go down, but it did feel good that first day coming out of surgery. Feeling like I could get it up like a man. And no sex pun intended. It was just a feeling I had and a completion for me. So everything's going good, and just taking it one day at a time, you know. And I live by my words. Well, sometimes I don't. I have to work on it just like anybody else. But most of the time I live by my words, and I remind myself that patience is a virtue. The body needs more healing. Even though it's healed on the outside doesn't mean it's healed on the inside. So I'm going to go for now. I'll update you guys next week on my 4 years and 6 months, I believe, on T. And and we'll talk some more then, alright? Always, always make your journey as simple as possible. We'll see you.